How's it going, guys? We're back with another video today. It had been a while. I must confess, the last week or so has been pretty difficult for me. I mean, I just took out my wisdom teeth, and believe it or not, I had five of them, which is like, I think I'm malformed or something because you're supposed to have four. I had five. So it hurt pretty bad for about a week. I made a video on one trade that I took like the day after I got surgery, which ended up being a mistake. I lost quite a bit of money, set me back a bit. Today we're back with a win, but it was a pretty frustrating day though, because as you can tell, it's not a big win at all. I'll get into what happened. Either way, now that I'm back from, well, almost recovered from the wisdom teeth surgery and all the shit that I had to do that week and during the weekend, I think I could get back to it now. I think I could focus on making videos and trading, because that's pretty much what I want to dedicate my summer to. And yeah, I want to see if I can do this forever, you know. Right now we're still on the eval stage, if anyone is new. Um, and we're $2,000 away from passing the eval, but it's been a long time now. We've been on this eval. I think today, yeah, I got charged more money. But yeah, we've been at it for almost 2 months, maybe 2 months. 2 months on an eval, you're not supposed to do that. I'm doing it because I want to prove on an eval that I'm able to trade, and then, you know, not like I don't want it to be lucky, like past the eval on a lucky like few trades. I want to prove that, you know, it's really consistency, and it's like constant good psychology that makes you a good trader. Anyway, let's just get into today's price action. So today I'm looking at, on both indexes, I'm looking at a bullish trend. It's basically what I'm looking at right off the start, because as you can see, well, I'm trading more. I find I trade more on Nasdaq and ES. By the way, this is ES, Nasdaq. Um, but yeah, so I'm looking at Nasdaq. I feel like it's a stronger index, if that makes any sense. I don't know if it does. It just seems to be more like taking his balls and do what it wants, you know, than rather than ES. Rather, ES seems to follow more in what Nasdaq is doing. Maybe it's just me that thinks that. Maybe it doesn't make any sense, but anyway. So last week we had formed like a pretty big opening gap, and we spent all week coming back into it, and now after we reacted off of it, we're coming back up, and this is what I mean. This is pretty bullish trend. This, and overall scheme, this is still a bullish trend, because coming back into weekly gap, it's just a retrace. We're coming back up and probably going to all-time highs now. Yeah, that's what it looks like on a high time frame. Let's look a bit lower, like on the 15-minute, and let me know down 930. So like I said, we're following bullish trend. High time frame, low time frame, either way we're following bullish trend, even though it's not the exact same movement. It's a bullish trend. So I'm looking at longest, and especially considering the fact that we're so close to some good draws of liquidity on both indexes. Before 9:30, ES had not taken this draw liquidity right here. This one had been taken out by Nasdaq a while ago. As you can see on my cursor, I'm pointing here, but if you look on the other, it's going to point right here, right? We had already taken out that draw liquidity on Nasdaq. So I'm waiting to see if ES going to react off of it, and I believe we had a small reaction, but overall I think market kept going. So let's see. Yeah, so right off the bat on 9:30 we go up, take out this draw, come back down as some sort of reaction, and a nice fair value gap. And honestly, if I had not been distracted by my phone, I would have taken this trade, and would have ended up being a BE trade, because right here we inversed two 1 minute gaps on Nasdaq. We react off this fair value gap over here. We have some nice draws of liquidity to the upside, and you know, it ended up following through and then coming back down. It would have stopped me out of break even. That simple. And I guess that's just another thing. It's a Monday. If any of you guys have watched my other videos, on Mondays it looks like exactly what we're looking at right here. So from 9:30 until like 11, or now, yeah, it's just not much going on here for a long time. And by the time I got stopped out on my trade, this looks like market inefficiency for me, because why would we stop over here when the main draw is over there? I don't know. If anyone in the comments could let me know why we started coming back down. I was sure I was gonna come back to my setup and see that my trade just, oh, did we take it out? I didn't know. No, we're like edging it, and ES has nothing either. So I mean, ES has these small draws of liquidity, but shouldn't be enough when Nasdaq is that close to a really good draw of liquidity. So honestly, I don't have a reason for why this happened. This pretty much explains my frustration through my trade. By the way, you guys will see a short on this trade later on today. But yes, takes out that draw liquidity, comes back up, comes back down. I think I said it already. Mondays we get really low volatility, even during New York session, and we get a lot of zigzag like this, you know. But the main movement for me was bullish, so I don't know what this is. Anyway, it shouldn't have to matter, right? Because I'm a reaction trader, right? But I got off my setup before I could even think of looking for shorts, and I don't think I would have ever, even if I was all the way down here, looked for shorts, because this doesn't make sense to me. Okay, so let's just get into what happened. As I said, I was distracted here, and then I saw, well, I was waiting for a retrace, but then we see these huge black candles, so I'm like, maybe we're not gonna get a retrace, or maybe this was a retrace, but like in a really, really low one into this 1 minute gap down here. Yes, comes back down into this big 1 minute gap. Maybe it's a double tap. Either way, I'm just looking at either a reaction, because I'm so convinced that we're coming back up, and it happens. We just start following through, and after this green, pretty big candle over here, we inverse this 1 minute gap on Nasdaq, having the same kind of move on ES. We're past this 1 minute gap on ES right here. I'm like, okay, let's just go for it. And for a while we are not doing anything. Come back down. This is a 3 minute gap and a 1 minute gap. So I noted this down. If you look at my short, I noted this down pretty early on. I'm like, it's possible we come back down. If we had not respected this gap, then odds are I was gonna get stopped out almost immediately. But we respected it, and honestly, if I had anything bad to say about my trade overall, is my entry is pretty bad. Like, we're still in this 1 minute gap on Nasdaq. Could have waited a bit longer, like, for it to go past it. But I already had missed this trade over here, which made me a bit more skeptical. So the most brilliant trade would have been this one right here. We respect this gap, this really nice inversion, and aim for the same draw liquidity and get stopped out just like me over here, because this, like I said, doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I entered over here. I saw this happen live. We had this pretty nice bullish movement. Noted down this gap over here. We respect it. Come back up, edge me. I had moved my stop loss up to this gap and made $100. So had I got to full TP, would have made $420, I believe, which would have compensated for last week's trade right here. But that's just how it goes sometimes, I guess. yeah, so if you guys are curious about my reaction or my kind of live thought process, although I don't really explain much, I'm doing it now more than on a short. Go check out my short. It's just like 1 minute, so yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I'm feeling pretty confident about my trading and about my discipline. So I'll be every time I'll be taking the trade, I'll be posting a video. I can't guarantee that every day is going to give me the price action I want, but I'm going to be on my setup every single day. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully.